We're going to build an AI agent in Wordware, and we're going to have AI choose what we built. It'll take about 10 minutes, and it'll go end to end, walking through every step. Wordware is the easiest way to build AI apps. If you can take notes, you can build in Wordware. And I get a sense this one's going to be pretty deep. Let's go. This is what we call a flow. This is what runs, letting AI make decisions on your behalf. We're going to name the flow, give it a prompt, and add a generation. And now we have everything we need to come up with cool AI-powered ideas. Let's see what we get. A personalized learning and assessment agent, researching and summarizing material, generating customized quizzes, and assessing responses and providing feedback. All right, so let's say that we have an input. We're going to take in a topic. This is going to be what the user wants to learn about. We are first going to tell the model, you are a teaching agent responsible for teaching a user about topic. Fetch some information about this topic that you will teach. So I'm going to add a generation. We're going to choose Sonar Pro because it has online mode, which means it can access the internet as part of its research. And if I run this, let's provide the topic, bottlenose dolphins. Helps when I spell dolphins correctly. Physical characteristics, habitat and distribution, behavior, and cool, whole bunch of stuff. So each of these are going to be quiz questions that we can teach and then quiz the user. So first, let's set up a loop, and we are going to have 2 steps within this loop. So a loop allows you to do something again and again and again for every element in a list. In this case, we're going to be going through the list of all the facts that we can teach based on this. We're going to generate a list of facts using a structured generation. Facts. I'm going to give it a list of text fields called facts, and we're going to have the model generate this list of facts based on the information that it did research on. Now we're going to pass this list into our loop. We'll call this fact loop. Pass in the facts. And now each round through the loop is going to have access to this item variable, which includes that fact that we're just going to pull out. So if I were to test this right now, we already have bottlenose dolphins passed in. First, we're running this research generation up here, which in fact I'll call research. We're using Sonar Pro to fetch all this information about bottlenose dolphins and how they act. And now we're using the structure generation to generate the list of facts that we want the human being to learn. Right? So these are the things that the user is going to be quizzed on. And then down here, bottlenose dolphins are warm-blooded mammals that breathe air through a blowhole located on top of their heads. Cool, this is a fact. So now let's put together a quiz. And we're going to take the teaching style of going through a quiz, and when you get something wrong, you get asked it again until you get it right. So let's tell the model, you are going to go through these facts and teach them one by one to the user until the user gets each fact correctly. So this text right here is visible to the agent. This is the set of instructions the agent can see. And now I'm going to say, first, we have original fact loop. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to make a list of facts, and then we're going to go and loop through them and teach them all to the user. Every time we go through the entire list, we remove an element if the user correctly answered it. So I'll make a second layer of loops called lesson loop. We're going to, let's say lesson loop happens up to, 10 times. And we're going to pass in fact loop over here. We're going to say, you are now to teach user this one fact. Generate a question to test their understanding of it. Focus on this one fact alone and no others. I'm going to give it that item so it can see so the agent can see the fact that we're teaching right now. If I were to do a generation, now it's going to produce the question. Start with who, what, when, where, why, or how. Let's test this. We're doing our research step up here. Now we're going to convert this into a list of facts. Looks like we've got 10 facts about these bottlenose dolphins. Now let's generate the questions. And you'll notice that we're going through and generating each of these questions one after another. So question 1 that we generated here is, what family do bottlenose dolphins belong to, and what other marine animals are included in this family? Now, after every single question, the user needs a chance to get it right or wrong. So let's rename this generation to question. And now I'm going to say, ask a human. This is going to interrupt the execution process and ask the user the question. I'm going to paste in this question that we just generated. And now this will ask the user the question that we just asked. Now we're going to say to the agent, this is the user's response. I'm going to surround it by triple quotes just to make sure that it can tell the difference between the user's response and the rest of the prompt. Now we're going to say, did the user get it right or wrong? I'm going to use a structure generation. I'm going to have a Boolean value in here called user got it right. True if the user is right. False if the user is wrong. Now I want to take different actions depending on whether the user got it right or not. So if the user got it right, we're going to say, and let's change this to user result. We're going to change this to did user get it right? So if user got it right is true, then we're going to say nice job. Otherwise, we're going to say, in fact, let's do this. I'm going to do a /human. We're going to tell the user in here, nice job. Say anything to continue. And then down here, if the user got it wrong, we want to correct the user. What's the correct answer? Can do another generation. Let's say this time we're using Claude 3.7 Sonnet, really smart model, should give us a good explanation. Explain it to the user. This will be called correction. And then finally down here we'll do one more human. This will be called congrats, and this one will be called correction message. So I'm going to say correction. Say correction, and then say anything to continue. Cool. And now finally, through this outer loop, we're going to put together, let's construct lists. Let's construct a new list of facts the user still needs to learn. And then, because it'll make things easier, I actually want to go and put this, it's basically the same process that we did at the very beginning, except as part of the loop. So let's copy this. I'm going to put it within the loop itself. Cool. Let's drag this in. We're going to have our facts loop. Perfect. And then this is what we'll be using as the input to this inner loop. And then finally, we want to make sure the user still needs to learn, hasn't gotten right yet. We want to make sure that we add this extra bit over here so that when we go through the loop again and again and again, it'll see above all the questions that the user has correctly answered and then not include those. And I think we might be ready. Yeah, cool. Let's try it. So I'm going to rerun this app. Let's give it a new topic. Let's say I want to learn about, say plants. I want to learn about how to care for houseplants. Let's see our list of facts down here. Cool, looks like we've got these 17 facts. Super, super specific. I wish I cared more about houseplants. Cool, let's start. What type of light do most houseplants need, and where should you place them to ensure they receive the right amount of light without getting their leaves burned? Let's say indirect sunlight near a window, but not where the sun will reach them for too many hours a day. Now it's asking the model, did the user get it right or wrong? It says user got it right. Cool. Nice job. Say anything to continue. Great. All right, next. What type of plants can tolerate low light conditions, and can you name 2 examples of such plants? This is going to be terrible. Let's see what happens when I get it wrong. So I'm just going to say trees and ferns. I did not get it right. Now the model is going to generate the correct answer. The correct answer is that some snake plants and ZZ plants are examples of plants that can tolerate low light conditions. Got it. How can you ensure that all sides of your houseplants receive even light exposure? Rotate the plant over time. Hey, cool. When should you water your houseplants to ensure they're getting the right amount of moisture? Once every few days, or more specifically, when they feel like they're dry to the touch. Maybe I actually know a thing or two about plants. How do you maintain the ideal humidity level for most houseplants? And what tools can you use if the air in your home is too dry? You can use a humidifier. Or frequent spraying when the leaves look too dry. Let's try that. Most houseplants prefer 40 to 60% humidity, and you can use a pebble tray. Oh, okay. Yep. Cool. We'll remember the pebble tray. Now, when we get to the very end of this thing, it's not really going to give us, a satisfying, hey, nice job, you ran out of questions, because we didn't actually design it that way. So we're just going to have it regenerate the list again, and it's going to be a little unsatisfying. It's generating a list of facts we still have to do. You'll notice that it's trying to reconstruct the list of facts again and again, because we told it to go around 10 times until we've gotten through through the entire list. And then now at the bottom here, now that we've done this one last time, it's done. We're complete. Our app is fully finished. So final thing that I can do here is deploy this as a publicly facing app. Go to the app page. And let's test this. Let's say I want to learn about AI. Teach me about Wordware. Cool. It's pulling in a whole bunch of information from that Sonar Pro search. All this information from the internet that it's going to teach us, and let's see what facts it gives us to learn. Cool. All right, what is Wordware, and what is its primary focus in the realm of software development? It is an IDE for agentic workflows, and its focus is on simplifying and accelerating AI agent creation. I remember this because I think I might have written it. Cool. So we just built a study agent. You can put in just about any research topic. It'll research the topic and then ask you a series of questions until you know all about it. You can check it out at the link provided and enjoy it.